One of them was that we were going to play more games together and record them as well as buy some new games and record those as well. Come on, sword! Okay, I'm gonna close this thing before I talk. Okay, so we're gonna buy some new games on Steam and record them and put them on YouTube and stuff. And we also decided that we're gonna do some things like IRL, such as geocaching and viewpoints. And what viewpoints are is where we find buildings in our area that we can climb, and we climb up to the highest point and then take a picture of them. I was kind of iffy on this idea at first because it's not exactly legal, and I'm still kind of iffy on it. I only climbed one building so far, and it was easy getting up. It's easy climbing, but it's hard getting down without like falling and breaking your legs. And after my first building, I realized that I kind of don't really want to do that anymore because it's just too much work and too much risk for what I would like. So instead, Austin and my other friend, who kind of just follows suit of what everybody else is doing, decided that they would do it. But after that first building, though, we walked around and our one friend told us about the hobo village that we have in our area, which is in a wooded area that's surrounded by apartment complexes, and it's kind of hard to get to. And I've been there once a long time ago when I was like 8, because one of my troop leaders from Cub Scouts took me there, or took us there, I should say, our troop, just to see what was in the wilderness, and he didn't know that the hobo village was there. But we planned on going there, and we took this weird route back because it was like all heavily wooded and stuff, and there was a lot of overgrown stuff and mosquitoes everywhere, a lot of pools. And we ended up going back there, and we found a laptop in like the woods, like nowhere near where the hobo village was, just a laptop in the woods. It was very weird. And we were like, okay, we need to get out of here because there's a lot of mosquitoes and everything, and we're kind of on private property. So we find a fence and we climb over it, and it turns out that we made our way to a flea market, which was closed at the time, so we were technically trespassing still. So we're like, oh, okay, we'll just check around for a little bit. There's nobody here. Nobody will see us. There's a couple of trucks here, but they're all inside the building. And we look around, and we're just looking around at the parking lot and stuff, what they have set up along the side of the building. And I noticed over at one of the entrances, a couple of guys are leaving the buildings, and we're like, oh crap, we gotta freaking hide. So there was a trailer that was there, and we used it as cover from a distance. Now the only problem with this is that if they looked underneath the trailer so much as a slight angle, they could see us. So I ran up ahead toward them and got behind the trailer at a more safe angle, so they couldn't see me at any angle at all, unless they like actually went around the trailer, which they weren't gonna do. And Austin and my one other friend hid inside of a secondary entrance that was like on the side-ish of a building, I guess you could say. And we hid there for a couple of minutes, and we didn't know what to do because we didn't know what to think if they spotted us, what they would do. So we were pulling some like Splinter Cell stuff at this point, and we're like doing little call signs of when to move up, when somebody's watching, when somebody isn't watching. Oh god. And we ended up digging ourselves a deeper hole by going the wrong way, sort of, toward where we came from, and we ended up getting blocked off by a lot of semi-abandoned trucks. And it was kind of scary because we were stuck on a hood of a truck waiting, and I'm looking around the building and there are cameras everywhere. Like, well, I wouldn't say everywhere, there was like 2 or 3 cameras that had their eyes on us. Now, I didn't know if they were active or if they were inactive, but here we are. One of the cameras is like right above us, staring right at us. Here I am looking at a camera while sitting on a hood of a truck, trespassing on private property with my friends, and I'm like, oh god, this is the end. This is the end of us. I can't do this. But we waited around 10-ish minutes, I want to say. Oh god. It was like 10 minutes. What are you doing, you stupid demon? Get off of me! Yeah, we waited around like 10 minutes until they left, and they did end up leaving, and we made our escape that way, and we ended up going to a nearby McDonald's where we were going to cut through to the hobo village for like, oh dear god! For, the legitimate time. But as we go through that entrance to get to the hobo village, there's a lady from a restaurant that comes out on a smoke break, and she sees us, and she whistles at us. Now, she probably didn't really care too much what we were doing, but I wasn't taking any risks, and Austin was already under the fence, already ready to go, and he wasn't about to come back, but I wasn't taking any risks. So I just decided to go, and if she said anything to us, I was going to make up an excuse and say, oh, we lost something back here a couple days ago, and we decided to go and find it now. That never ended up happening, and she probably didn't care what we were doing. She just probably wanted to say, wanted to discourage us from doing it. But nevertheless, I didn't want to take the risk, so I didn't. And I think it was kind of an okay situation. Now, oh god. After that, Austin and my other friend decided that they were going to go and do a viewpoint at the high school, which at this time it was on heavy patrol by a lot of people. Because since it's the end of the school year, they got to get records and stuff and paperwork ready for next year. So there's still a lot of people there, even though school's out for the week. And I said, no, I'm not doing it. I'm going home. I'm done. I'm not getting caught doing anything. So they went up there. They go to Fitz. Afterward, it turns out that there's still a ton of people at Fitz, and they weren't going to risk doing it. So they went on top of the bus depot, which is right around the same area, but it's not nearly as heavily guarded, I guess you could say, as the rest of the area. And because of that, they got on the bus depot pretty easily. And they did that. They took a picture off of that. And they moved on to one of the other elementary schools. We have 3 elementary schools in our district. And they went to one of them. We already been on top of one of them. So there's only 2 left, and one of them isn't really accessible. And the other one is where they went to. And they go on to that one. And apparently they got onto that one, but they didn't exactly go all the way to the top, because there's a really risky jump that they had to do, and if they missed it, they would have broke a couple of bones. So they didn't do it. But getting down, my one friend, he ended up like getting a nice long scratch and or cut on his back and on his arm from it, because he took a slight fall, I guess. Me, on the other hand, when I was hopping a fence, I ended up cutting my finger open, the base of my hand. And the only I would have been fine with it, except since it was in like the palm of my hand, and my hands get very sweaty very easily. I don't know why they do, but they do. I didn't want to take the risk of it getting any infections, so I decided to go home before they went to those places, and to, you know, get it cleaned out and stuff, get it bandaged up. If it wasn't on the base of my hand, I probably would have went with them. I don't know if I would have climbed the building still, but that's how that went down so far for our first week. Oh! Oh no! Well, that's the end of our first run in the Hell to Get Hellstone. Oh wow, I had a lot of money too. But yeah, that's how our first week went down. There's a bit more to go on, but I'm not going to talk about that right now since we just got out of Hell. How much Hellstone did we get? Not a lot. I'm actually kind of disappointed. We got a Featherfall Potion, some Fire Blossoms, Obsidian Brick, Hellfire Arrows. I like Hellfire Arrows, because they're explosive. But, oh, we got a Voodoo Doll too. I saw when we got that, I just didn't say anything. So, we got some Hellstone, not nearly as much as I wanted to. I guess we can go and smelt that right now. I think I put the obsidian in here. Yup. I'll take this Hellstone too. Maybe I can actually make some armor or a pickaxe out of it. Preferably a pickaxe. But we'll see what we can do. How many bars can I make? Oh, that's a lot, actually. Holy crap, that's a lot. I don't know what I'm saying. That was a ton of Hellstone. Look at that. We have 100 Hellstone. That's insane. Where's the obsidian? Did I consume it all? No, it's right here. And we only used 25 obsidian.